everyone. In the previous videos, we have seen production of nanomaterials and some fantastic properties of nanomaterial. But how to detect these nanomaterials? How do we know whether this nanomaterial is formed or not? Because they are very small in size. And laws of physics put limit on optical microscope. Optical microscopes have very small resolving power, and therefore it cannot be used to observe structures at nano scale. Optical microscopes shows diffraction of light if you try to magnify beyond 10 raised to 6 times magnification, and therefore we cannot use optical microscope to study nanomaterials. And hence in 1981 G. Binnig and H. Rohrer invented scanning tunneling microscope, a very promising tool to study nanomaterials. And for this they were awarded by the Nobel Prize in 1986. So this scanning tunneling microscope, abbreviated as STM, produces images of surface down to the atomic scale using electron tunneling principle. So what is this electron tunneling? When two conducting samples are brought very close to each other. Okay, let's take an example of capacitor. So this capacitor has two conductor plates separated by a dielectric medium. Now the thickness of this dielectric medium is reduced in such a way that separation between two conductor plates is of the order of few atomic spacings. That means it is of the order of few angstroms. Then electron from one sample tunnels, that means jump. It uses its property of wave. So that electron tunnels through the barrier into the adjacent sample. Okay, we all very well know what is meant by tunnel. So electron tunnels through the barrier and enters into the adjacent sample. Okay, so we have very good animation available on YouTube. So let's see this video that shows animation of tunneling. Now you can see these are the waves. These waves are reflected by the barrier. They cannot cross this barrier. But as the size or width of the barrier decreases, now you can see the waves are crossing the barrier. Since the separation or width is very small, waves can cross the barrier. So same principle is used to make this scanning tunneling microscope. This is STM tip. Now this tip is brought closer to the sample. Distance is very small, of the order of few angstroms, and then electron tunnels either from tip to sample or from sample to tip. It is based on the voltage applied. And from this tunneling current, the position of atom on the surface is detected. So if tunneling current is higher, there is the position of atom. And this way we can get contour map of the sample surface. Okay. So here is the block diagram of this scanning tunneling microscope. This is the important part of STM, that is tip. This tip is made up of tungsten or platinum iridium alloy. And very important feature of this tip is it has only one atom at the apex, at its tip. And therefore, since one atom is there, this tunneling of electrons becomes easier. So this electrons tunnels and enters into the sample. If sample has given positive charge, but if tunnel is it with positive potential, then electrons tunnel from sample to the tip. Okay, so if voltage is greater than 0, then electrons tunnel from tip to sample. If voltage is less than 0, then electrons tunnel from sample to tip. So this tip is just moved on the sample surface. The tip is mounted on 3 mutually perpendicular piezoelectric transducers, and these piezoelectric transducers changes their dimensions. That means they compress or expand based on the voltage that is supplied to them. Okay, so there is a feedback circuit, and if the tunneling current is higher, voltage is also higher, and then they shrink. This transducer, they shrink a little bit. Then the distance, this way the distance is maintained. So if the current is higher, voltage is higher, they shrink. If current is lower, voltage is lower, they expand. So this way the distance between STM tip and sample surface is maintained. And based on the tunneling current, as we have seen in the animation, the position of atoms on the sample surface is detected. STM also has ability of molecular manipulation, as we have seen in one video while the production of in the production of nanomaterials video, that is positional assembly. So therein we have seen the video that how STM tip is used to manipulate, used to change the position of atoms and molecules. So it can just drag the adsorbed atoms on the surface and move it along the surface, reattach it to a particular position. So this way STM works based on the tunneling principle. And important part is it can find out the position of atoms on the surface, but there is a disadvantage also. Electron beam can be controlled only in vacuum, and therefore STM cannot be used for biological samples, alive biological samples. Further, as electron can tunnel between two conductor samples or two conductors, thus only conducting samples, only conductors can be studied with the help of, only conducting samples can be studied with the help of STM, while semiconducting or insulating samples cannot be studied. So these are only the disadvantages. But again G. Binnick developed another tool in order to overcome the disadvantages of STM. So that is atomic force microscope. Its construction and working we'll see in the next video. Thank you so much.